At last, we arrive at the finale of Higurashi Go, and for a finale, it's alright. We learn some of what we already figured, Takano's change of heart being triggered by her memories of past incidents, for example. The heavy influence of this phenomena takes root in her due to her performing routine checkups on Satoko for Hinamizawa syndrome, as we are shown in the episode. The refresher on and expansion of, for newcomers, Takano's backstory and motivations is welcome. The true nature of her crime is probably still nebulous for new people, but I believe that this is enough to explain her role in Go as a standalone. Also, this is tangential, but have a clip of me cackling while body shaming Okanogi. We get the reveal of Satoko stealing the H-173 injection. I've already covered my disappointment in this twist, so I won't go into detail with it, but ultimately I just find it to be incongruous with Ryukishi's typical depictions of mental illness and perhaps sending the wrong message. I get that it is induced unnaturally, but it still leaves a sour taste in my mouth. Along with that, the twist is just stupidly predictable. Scratch what I said last episode about what I thought the snaps were, because now they're back and Satoko's doing it in a scenario where she could not have possibly set a trap. I can't tell if the confusion is deliberate 5D underwater space chess on Ryukishi's part or just unintentional confusion. It's a mark of his writing, if we're being honest. My personal insight on it with the current information is that it is a thematic symbol for giving up on a loop. It has no power on its own. I mean, come on, it didn't even show up in the original, but now it's made perfectly natural. But it is essentially the looper deciding to drop out at the earliest convenience. Rika only snaps her fingers right before dying because she holds out for miracles. Whereas Satoko will move on, the victory isn't certain. Also, that lock was really dumb. It shuts off on the very first input of an incorrect number, which is unnecessary, and significantly decreases the number of guesses required. This post goes over it better than I could. Satoko has been the star of the show through this whole arc, and she shines just as brightly here as we learn about her thought process and lack of fragment permanence, as I saw someone else put it. She believes that the only loop that matters is her final perfect world, when in actuality, they were all not loops but parallel universes. This is evident even to newcomers because we have followed Keiichi beyond the point of two loopers dying. I expect there to be an episode in Sotsu where Ewa shows Satoko a hypothetical future, quote-unquote hypothetical, of a fragment where she committed suicide and she will have to view Rika coping with the sudden loss of her best friend and inability to undo it now that Hanyu has vanished. Some argue that Satoko's character has been butchered in Go, but to me it's just the opposite. This is the natural extension of the weight her experience has put on her as a character, and When They Cry has always been about showing the absolute best and absolute worst in all of its characters. With that combined with the fact that I'm ostensibly on her side in the schadenfreude sense of things, this turn for her character has been greatly entertaining for me, and I can't wait to see more. In conclusion, Satoko Washi is an arc that succeeds in producing the vibe of the visual novels, but at the same time has a weak structure and sort of just peters out limply. This episode was a mixed bag for me, but I'm really looking forward to Sotsu. Let me know what you guys think. And now that we are officially in the off-season, allow me to announce my plans for the future of the channel. I'll be covering other anime and topics therein, and hopefully continue to share my perspective on storytelling as a creative-driven person myself. And don't worry if you're really here for Higurashi, I have some ambitious plans for Higurashi content as well, so I hope you stick around to see them come to fruition. And with that, please like the video and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I have a very small channel as of the time of posting, and pretty much every bit of support goes a long way. I go by Tasty Nachos, and you go by